Discovering Christ really meets you where you are and helps you to move a little bit further. It's for everybody. It really is. It's for, if you're just, a person who's questioning, who is Jesus? What does he mean to me? It's great for that person, but it's also been really good for people who have been going to Mass since they can remember and, just feel like my spiritual life is okay already. It's just a lovely feeling of community. It's something that we need in a church as large as ours.
Come and dine. It's universal. People love to dine, especially with good company and engaging conversation. We often find Jesus dining in the Gospels. He loved to eat, not only with his disciples and friends, but anyone who would invite him. Discovering Christ is a 7-week experience expanding on Jesus' invitation to come and dine. It all begins with a very good meal, where all are welcome, conversation comes naturally, and relationships are made. The dinner is free, and so is the childcare. We especially cater to young couples with children. We meet on Sunday afternoons at 5 o'clock. We are done by 7:30 so that the kids can get to bed early. But there's far more offered here than a meal. Perhaps you experience a spiritual hunger. You thirst for God's presence.
It's always really hard to kind of figure out when I first sort of made my faith my own. I think definitely sophomore year of high school when I was confirmed was a big thing. And in the following years after that, I became really active as a peer leader, and I've always had a heart for the youth. So I led a group of youth, and so that table was not just the young adult college students that I was expecting, it was middle schoolers, high schoolers, and a few college students, mostly in the high school range, and we were really able to draw from each other and really had this really cool perspective. I think that the other tables didn't have, because we had so many different people, like from middle school to high school to college is a dramatic time, like in everyone's life. And so just seeing what are ways that God is working in our life, how can we discover Christ in middle school, in high school, in college, and beyond was special.
Discovering Christ has given me a lot to think about. And the impact on my life, I think, is that it's reinforced what I believe. And I think it's left me with a greater feeling of being connected to my community, my parish.
Discovering Christ creates an opportunity to revitalize our faith through dynamic teaching and engaging conversation. Christ not only provides food for the body, but food for the soul.
My dad passed away last December, and for me it was probably a turning point. I saw how other people who had a very strong faith dealt with situations of losing a parent, and so it got me thinking I should be doing something. I need to do something. Within the small group that we had, I had some friends of mine that were there that I'd been friends with for a long time, and another couple that I'd never met before that were in there. And so all these folks came together from different places, both in their lives and spiritual life. And for me, just to have that experience of what they're going through, where they're at, it gave me a sense of comfort that where I was okay.
Over the last few years, hundreds of our parishioners here at St. Joseph have accepted the invitation to come and dine at Discovering Christ. Many lives have changed through vital encounter with Jesus. The high point of the program is a day of retreat at the shrine of St. Anthony.
The first time that we had a retreat where I was, on the leadership team, not just a participant, we were supposed to pray with people. We were told, you're going to stand here, people will come up to you, and you pray with them. It was incredible that as the person stood there with us, and we would ask, can I put my hand on your shoulder? And just flowed into me, this is what this person needs to hear right now. Just speak to this soul standing in front of you.
Discover Christ in a whole new way. Join the growing crowd here at St. Joseph who have deepened their faith and renewed their lives through this wonderful program.